Welcome back to another edition of the Picture Book Post. Today we're going to be reviewing How to Knit a Monster by Annemarie van Haringen. So this is a story of a little goat, you'll see her up here, who is a knitter. And this knitter likes to knit things. So one day she knits a whole bunch of goats, and eventually a sheep comes along and starts making fun of her knitting, and so she stops paying attention to what she's doing, and they begin to the sheep keeps making fun of her, and eventually she knits a giant wolf who eats the sheep lady. And so, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? She knits a tiger who's gonna eat the wolf, right? And then she's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? Because there's a tiger out there. So what does she do? She knits a monster. And that giant monster, as you can imagine, eats the tiger, right? And so it goes like this, and she decides, well, I've got to get rid of all of these things. It's so terrible. And so she does. She unknits everything, and out is the sheep, who says, I'm so sorry. You're actually a really good knitter. My bad. And so the book ends with her knitting a nice green grassy field for all the little goats that she did, except for, again, she stops paying attention to what she's doing, and now I can only hope that means that they ate the goats, because that would be really funny to me. But either way, it's a decent, fun little ending to the book. My biggest complaint, there's a couple complaints here, but my biggest one is that there are several times in the book where the timing is off, where you turn the page and you think, what is she gonna do? And actually, I will say it right here, what's she gonna do about the wolf? Well, you already know what she's gonna do. There's a tiger right there, the picture, everybody knows. And then again, you're in here and it's saying, boy, what's she gonna do about the tiger? Well, you already know, because the monster's here. So there is something to be said for the layout of the book and where these pictures are placed, because that would be a really good joke if they were saying it on the page before, that she didn't know what she was going to do until, boom, we get to see the giant monster. So in that way, the layout of the book is a little bit off, but other than that, it's a cute little story. I thought it moved along at a pretty good pace, so even though there's a bunch of words, it's not too many to really slow it down, I didn't think. So I like the story. I wish that there was a little bit more emotion somewhere in there, something funnier, something more sad, something more scary. But all in all, it was a pretty decent little book, and so I can recommend it. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's a home run, but it's a pretty good little book. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time on the show.